Nothing super serious. Reviews, scooter addiction problem. Selling off a lot of my scooters so I can buy a new one. This is the last night with my Elite 150. I just don't ride it. Too scared. It don't have a title, so you know I love this thing. It's got low miles for one of these. It runs friggin' mint. Valve adjustment done recently. Coolant change. Just looks a little beat because I don't have a lot of the plastics on it. But yeah, I took $350 for this guy. She's gone tomorrow. This is the only one I'm really gonna miss, but I'm keeping my parts bike because I'm actually buying another one with a title. But you know, that'll be after a while. So this one's going. This one, I should have fixed it and sold it a long time ago, but I just am not interested in it. I just bought a bunch of them over the winter, super cheap. Bunch of scooters, and I just got a lot of them to deal with. So, but this one's got a bad front tire, and relay to electric start went out. I've actually got one, I just haven't fucking wired it in. And turn signals don't work, and it needs a headlight bulb. So really just dumb shit. It runs friggin' mint. Let me, oh, well. That is pretty much actual miles there. Yeah, so that thing's mint. I'm just gonna sell it probably for $300 or $400 once I get it fixed. If someone offers me $250 right now, I'd fucking take it. But this guy here, I put a new top end on him recently. Stuck this little butt plug in there, little oil butthole right there, and then it's got a jetted carb, slightly upjetted. Just because it came with a 65 main jet. This is an Elite S, but it's been de-restricted in the variator. I haven't fucked around in the variator, but it'll do 40 miles an hour. It's completely stock. You know, this thing will rip wheelies pretty well, so I'm just gonna leave it stock and ride this one the way it is. This Ruckus was $470. I've already put a new clutch in it. As you can tell, it needed one quite badly. Let's see. I mean, you can tell it's scratched up. But something bad happened in this variator area here. See if I can get that to focus. Yeah, something bad happened. So new belt, Polini variator seems to be the route I'm going to take there, as well as probably a stock exhaust, honestly, because this one I just really like the riding position of it, and honestly it's fast enough. I just bought it you know, because it's a Ruckus. For someone wanted to trade me for my Kimco Agility. Of course I fucking took it. So, yeah. And it's really dope to ride. I hadn't really ridden a Ruckus until I got this. But I'm not going to GY6 swap it or anything. Let's start it up. All I had to do on it was clean the carburetor out. Jet it for that dumbass exhaust. I went ahead and bought a couple extra jets, so when I put the stock one on, I'm just going to throw the 77 in it. And then the Vino 4-stroke. This one is going to get, shit, it's going to get sold. I'm asking $1,000 for it, but, you know, honestly, I'd take fucking $900 because, you know, when I lost my key with it, I just ordered a new set of locks. Didn't come with a gas cap, so I just fucking drilled that out. So you gotta use a specific type of screwdriver to get into it. But, you know, it's got a clean title in my name. really in my dad's name, because I was 16 when I bought this. I paid $850 for it. I rode it about 2,000 miles. Changed out all the fluids, you know, coolant. Kind of did that twice. When I first got it, I just sucked it out of the thing and then put new in and ran it, sucked it out. But then last year, I just completely drained it out. Velocity variator. You know, always change the oil way too fucking soon. Yeah, battery's dead. But if I sold it, obviously I'd put a battery in it. Starts up around signal, horn, all that shit. And then Purple Elite's just parts for that one. And this, which was only $100. I was just riding my yellow one day, and I remembered when I was 15 years old, about 4 years ago, I looked at this scooter for somebody, and of course I didn't know what I was doing. All I had back then was a Tao. What was it called? A Velocity, but it was a Tao, and I rode it around and worked on it. But I had no idea what was wrong with this. So I went over there. He still had it. Offered him $100. Shot some starter fluid in it, and it ran. So I drained out the oil tank, put some AMSOIL in it, and then I cleaned the carburetor out. It didn't have an air filter, so I got one on it. That has come really loose, but yeah, I also threw a Technic gas exhaust on it and upjetted the car. I'll start it up for you. This is one of my favorites to ride around. It only does 37 miles an hour now because it needs a new belt, but I'm going to do a Polini variator in it as well as the Ruckus here soon. Here's some gas. Probably hear that rattling in that engine. Not too worried about it. This one in about, hopefully it lasts till next winter. If it doesn't, it doesn't, because I've got the yellow one. But this one will probably be the recipient of a major build. I'm going to put the front plastics in there. Underguard from the Purple on it. Then I'm going to do a Velocity full circle crank, Polini Corsa kit, Polini Corsa exhaust, bunch of bullshit. I got to learn a lot, but it's happening. Whenever that blows up, then this junk right here, I haven't really screwed with. I paid $100 for it, and it's just kind of set out here, but. Honestly, if someone gave me my $100 back, I'd probably get rid of it because I'm just trying to sell all this shit to get a 2018 Metropolitan. But not the shit I want, like, you know, other shit. Like, I'm keeping my 2-stroke Elites, I'm keeping my Ruckus. Those are really the only ones I don't want to get rid of. This scooter here actually is going to a good cause. I gotta run the vent on it and see if it's stalling. But if it's not, then it's getting a Kimco motor put onto it that's already had an AC CDI put on it by me when I got it. So I got the motor for $50. It feels brand new. It's got good compression. So I'm putting this on, putting the Kimco motor on there. Hopefully it'll friggin' wire right in. It should. I'm gonna put a new starter solenoid on it. Battery. And this motor electric started, but I took parts off it for another Chinese that I was building. So this will be a Kimco Chinese friggin' thing. This is going to the scrapyard. It's a weird Chinese scooter. It's not the same one as that other Chinese I've got. It's got a variator, all type of weird shit. It's a Suzuki AG50 clone. It's a Qingqi QM50 QT3E. I traded a pocket bike for this. This actually has really good compression, but it's missing so many parts. It's just going, you know. Screw it. It doesn't have any good parts on it. I didn't realize it at the time. This isn't mine. This is going tomorrow. Vento. Doesn't have a gas cap. I'm sure there's gunk in here. Yeah, that needs to be drained before it runs. Barely has any fucking compression. But then again, it also has 11,000 miles on it. And it does actually run. It's got a new carburetor. But then again, I have just left it sit out here because it's not mine. And I did put this carburetor on it for the guy. And, you know, but, oh, that air filter came off. Hold on. Shoot. But it does run. It's just got barely any compression. And it'll cut out no matter what, no matter if I'm holding it wide or if I'm, you know, just idling it. So I think it'll probably, I don't really know that much about two-strokes, but, you know, if I were to guess, I'd say it could probably use a top end. And some reeds probably wouldn't hurt either. And a new intake probably wouldn't hurt, because this one's held together with tape. So, but everything works on it. It just needs a fuse, and the electric starter and shit will work. It's got a key to it. But friggin', that's 12 minutes of me. Oh, and a mini bike that I'll just give away to whoever comes and gets it. And then my fucking Ryan weed eater. So, plus parts pile, GY6 150 blown up, GY6 parts, shit like that. Cylinders, GY6 cylinder head, fucking pistons, carburetors, fucking cylinder head, GY6. But friggin', yeah, it's just my scooter collection. Thought people on these scooter groups might enjoy it. You know, trying to get rid of a lot of these, but definitely not the Ruckus or Little Elite's there, or parts Little Elite, and or the Cub. The Cub's staying, and the Tao Tao and the Tomos aren't mine. So all this, make me an offer. Besides the Little Elites and that Ruckus. So again, such y'all might enjoy, and if anybody wants any of this shit, let me know.